is frightful, but the fire is so delightful.
For the first DIY, we're making the faux fur leathers. So for this, you're going to need the letters of your choice, some faux fur, a hot glue gun, and lastly, a pair of scissors. So all you're going to do is take your faux fur and just lay it out with the furry side laying down, and then place your letters on top. But something really important to keep in mind, if the letter needs to be flipped over, that way the fur goes on the proper side. So it may need to be opposite is basically what I'm saying. So after that, I'm going in with a dull marker and just tracing around the edges. You could use a pen for this or a pencil. It really doesn't show up once it's all finished. So yeah, just lightly trace it. Doesn't need to be perfect. Once you add the hot glue after, it will all lie evenly anyway. So once you're done with that part, I'm just taking some fabric scissors, regular scissors work too, and I'm cutting out just like the larger piece of the letters. And after that, I'm going back in and cutting out more of the detailed angles of the letters. As I said, the marker or whatever pen you're using will not show through. It's a faux fur, so it's nice and fluffy once you flip it over. So after you've cut them all out, you're just gonna take your hot glue, and I just did a nice little outline along the edges of each letter. Keep in mind, hot glue kind of dries quick, so you need to do this a little quickly. And then after that, I just lined up the top portion of it and I glued that down first just so I knew that it would be even. So yeah, and then after you're done with that, like laying out the major large piece of the fur, you want to go back in and kind of like push it down, and this is what one of the letters will look like. So again, you're just going to repeat that same process for the other letters using the hot glue. I find that you actually didn't need that much hot glue at all. So yeah, just add that little outside layer of the hot glue to your letter and then push down the faux fur once you've got it nice and on there. And again, the same process for the last letter. Also note, be careful. The hot glue can be kind of hot, so when you're pushing down, make sure you're really careful. You don't want to burn your fingers. And after that, you are all done with your cute little faux fur joy letters. I absolutely love these. For the reindeer ears, you're going to need some paper mache ears. I will link these down below. You're going to need some decorative trim. I'm just using pine leaves, pine cones, faux ones, of course, a pair of scissors, and lastly, you're going to need a hot glue gun. So I'm just taking the faux pine leaf and adding a little hot glue gun and gluing it to one side and then gluing it to the other side. And you can cut off the excess or just bend it to the back, either way, whichever you feel works the best for this, but it's super simple. And then I'm just repeating that same process all along this entire bottom portion. And then as you see here, I'm just adding the last piece, which I did in fact cut it a little bit so it fit nice and perfectly. Then I'm going in with my little decorative pine cones right now. And I'm needed like a lot of hot glue for this, so definitely be generous with the hot glue on these and hold it down for a little bit longer than you normally would, so it does definitely stay secure. So I added about 3 of these like glittery pine cones that I got, and then I went back in with these little red berries. Again, I probably only used under like 10 of them because I just wanted it to add a little pop of color to make it a little bit more festive. But as you know, hot glue dries instantly, and this is what the finished product looks like. I absolutely love the way that this turned out. I think it looks great and it's super cute. For the Christmas trees, you're going to need a paper mache cone, a hot glue gun, and twine for the first one. And this is super simple. Just start off by placing a little piece of hot glue along with a piece of the twine at the top of it, and then go down and make a little strip of the hot glue and simply wrap it around. And that's pretty much all you have to do for this. Just continue wrapping all the way until you're at the bottom. This honestly doesn't take longer than like 2 minutes. It's super quick. Then I just added an extra layer of hot glue just to seal the bottom so it doesn't come undone. For the next ones, you're going to need another paper mache cone, again a hot glue gun. This time you're using yarn, bells, some metal wire, and scissors. So for this one, it is super cute. So you're basically doing the same thing, only for this one I learned a little tip, and that's basically start at the top and then you can just kind of twist it and the yarn goes on really easily this way and nice and even. So again, for the last piece, I'm just putting a little bit of the strip at the end and then finishing it off with the yarn at the bottom, and it looks pretty cool next to each other just like this, but I added the bells to it. So you're just going to take your metal wire and string on some bells. I want to say I used about 30 or so for this, so yeah, a little tedious here, but you're just going to string the beads onto the metal wire, and once you're done doing that, it should look something like this. They're going to be all together. So you start off by taking that wire and you're just going to wrap it around the top a couple times, and then you're going to wrap it around, slowly bringing up one bell at a time so they're kind of scattered, and then kind of wrap it around again so you have like layers of the wire. It just adds more of a metallic look. So that is pretty much all I'm doing here, and you repeat that process until you're at the end. And then for the last one, you're just going to hold down one of the bells and then wrap around the end of the wire, and it should stay completely secure. And that is pretty much all you have to do, and it looks super cute. I love this too. So those were all of the DIYs for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed them. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more DIYs, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!